Hey, so what I want to talk about today is a little bit different than a movie review. I actually had the opportunity to go see Seinfeld show live, which I think that's kind of the name. That's what they said anyways when we were there. I don't know if it has a name or not. And it's not the TV show Seinfeld. It's actually a live comedy performance put on by Jerry Seinfeld. And I don't live in Boise, Idaho, but I live near Boise, Idaho, and he had been here a few years ago, and I was kind of sad because I didn't really have the money to go see him, and so he was coming back Thursday night, May 17th, and I really wanted to go, and I think I didn't hear about it for like right when it was announced. It was a couple weeks later, and I went online to get tickets, and I could only get like row X or V or something, and that was going to be like $180 for 2 tickets, and then, or I could get up in the balcony, in the mezzanine section. I think it was row G for like $150, and I was like, man, do I want to be closer in the balcony or like all the way in the back of the floor? And since it was like $30 more, I decided to just get up in the balcony. And so I had never been to this place. It's in downtown Boise, but it's pretty easy to find. It was at the Morrison Center, and so then get in there, and I've never been to a comedy show, I've never been to a comedy club or anything like that. And so he did have like an opening act, which I can't remember the guy's name, but he was pretty funny. He was on for about 20 minutes, and he mainly talked about like his wife and his kids and his home life, but he was actually really, really funny. And so then Jerry comes out, and he like runs out, and I'm a huge Seinfeld fan, and I think he's one of the funniest people ever. And so he started talking about like drinks and food, and it seemed like to go on forever, and it was hilarious, but I was like, is this it? Is it just going to be like making fun of people who drink really big coffees and stuff like that? And it's like, what is he doing? And then finally he moved on, and he started talking about like phones and technology and Twitter and Facebook and his home life, and what else did he talk about? Junk food and just stuff like that. And then he was on for about an hour, and it was almost just nonstop laughs. And I did notice he did 2 Seinfeld jokes though. I cannot remember one of them, but he did the one where he's like, it's like, you gotta be able to slam your phone, and you can't slam your phone down, and I missed that. And he's like, you just go boop and touch it, kind of like he did on the show. It was a little different, but he was also like really physical, like moving around a lot, and like just doing crazy things like he would do with the show, where he's like, like just things that kind of reminded me of the show. And so he was on for about an hour, and then he goes off stage, and then he comes back, and he's like, oh, let's do some questions. So he just started asking the people questions, or not, he didn't, he let the people ask questions. And so I don't think there was, he only let like 5 questions or something, and there was nothing like spectacular, but he had funny responses for everything. And I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad I got to go. And it was probably worth the $150 that I had to pay. I know it seems like a lot, but I also know like a lot of his shows that are in bigger cities are a lot more than that. So I don't know if he does any that are cheaper, but I know that when he's in the bigger cities, it can be $100 or more a ticket. So I think we get a pretty good deal over here in Idaho, and if you get the chance to see it, I would definitely recommend it. And thanks for watching.